It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming it's because you want the tea on this bomb wash and go that I've achieved. And also, I'm going to assume you want me to spill the tea on the products that I used. Okay, girl, bet. Sit tight and stay tuned.
You have now tuned into another Jess for TV production.
What's up, cousin? Welcome back to my channel. I am Jess, here on Jess for TV, where we are all about providing you with an assortment of entertainment content for your entertainment pleasures, as well as piquing your interest and curiosities while still satisfying your needs and wants about everything that is lifestyle. Okay guys, so I am back on your screen today to spill all the tea about my wash and go, the products that I use, and all that jazz. So now that we've gotten the formalities out of the way, let's just jump right into this wash and go routine. All right guys, so right now I am starting off with freshly washed and ultra deep conditioned hair. And also, as you can see, my hair is not dripping wet, it's not soaking wet. A trick that I found that actually works for my wash and goes, I think they come out perfect, like great every time, is I don't let my hair be soaking wet. Like, I like to towel dry it a little bit and I let it air dry so it's not dripping, because I just find that the products take better to more just damp hair versus soaking wet. Also, I have the type of hair that it only styles good on, like, if it's dry. Like, if it's super wet, like, it ain't gonna work for this hair. So yes, that is a little trick that I found that works for me, to do it on damp instead of soaking wet hair. The products that I will be using to get my popping ultra hydrated wash and go are, first and foremost, my leave-in. I've been living by, and this has been a staple in my wash and go routine. It is the Urban Hydration Avocado Oil and Argan Oil Coconut Oil Leave-In Conditioner. And you guys, I don't know, it's just something about this. Like, it just leaves my hair like feeling so nice and silky. It also allows me to detangle even more than I already have. Next, and this is another one of my little tricks, and it may seem weird to some, but to me it works. I have been incorporating the Sunny Isle Jamaican Black Castor Oil infused with hemp seed oil into my wash and go. I normally just put this, you know, on the small section that I just put leave-in on, and this just basically helps to lock in that leave-in. It just adds to, like, you know, the hydration of my wash and go. Next, for my gel, the only gel that I use for any type of wash and go, you know, summer, winter, spring, fall, doesn't matter, is the Extreme Wet line. And girl, be generous with this. Like, you know your curls, you know, as you're raking through, as you're doing your praying hands method, like, you start with less, and if you need more, use more. Like, more gel never hurt anybody. If you have to use more gel, by using that Jamaican Black Castor Oil, it'll take away some of that crunch once your wash and go dry. And other products slash hair tools that we'll be using is a continuous spray bottle, a detangling brush, a wide tooth comb, and a bunch of clips. So let's get started. So basically, I'm just going to part my hair and divide it into 4 sections. And I normally always start with my back right section. I don't know, I just feel like I might be a little superstitious, but I still feel like if I switch it up or start with a different side, like, my wash and go is not gonna come out popping. So I always start with this back right. And right now I'm just going to finger detangle a little bit more. And I'm just going to apply my leave-in. And to start, I like to apply my leave-in to the entire section. And then once I start to define my curls, then I like to split that section into, I think at most, like 3 to 4 smaller sections. So I'm just going to work in my leave-in. So once I have it all worked in with my fingers, I'm just going to take my wide tooth comb and kind of just detangle, and also kind of help that product work into each strand. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my castor oil. You can use as much or as little as you like. This is about how much I have going on for this entire section. And you just kind of want to work this in. Definitely concentrate more towards your ends. And also a little tip, if you do incorporate or if you do want to put, you know, some type of oil into your wash and go routine, then it is harder to work the oil through, you know, super duper wet hair. Like it'll literally just snag, or just your hands will literally just slip off of your strands. So it is better if you do want to incorporate some oil into your routine that your hair is not super duper wet. So now I'm just going to use my detangling brush and detangle more, and also help that oil work through my strands. All right guys, and here, if you find that, you know, at this point, if you find that your hair is a bit too dry, that's why we have our trusty dusty water bottle on deck. You know, you can just spritz it a bit just to get a little bit more moisture popping. And from here, after I apply my leave-in, after I apply my oil, after I spritz a little bit of water, I no longer use any type of hair tools, you know, on that section. I find that, here's another little trick, I find that using just my hands to rake the product through just adds more definition to my curls. It clumps them, but it doesn't clump them as much as it would if you were to use a detangling brush or a thin brush. And it just, you know, for me, it kind of just gives me a little bit more length once it dries. Like my shrinkage is not crazy when I just use my hands versus using any type of hair tools. So to start with my gel, I'm going to start with about this much, and I'm going to start from the ends, and I'm just going to section just this little piece off here, and I'm just going to start working that in really well all the way up to my roots. And if you find you need more on your roots, especially if you want that ultra wet wash and go look, you should definitely add, not a lot, but enough to make your roots lay flat, so that if you don't like the puffier wash and go looks, putting gel on your roots, not a lot so that it clogs your scalp, but enough that it lays your roots flat so that you can get a flatter looking wash and go, which is typically what I go for. So right now I'm just raking the product through, and I definitely use the raking method a lot more so than the praying hands, just because I don't know, like I feel like I don't really notice much of a difference when I use the praying hands versus when I use the raking method. So this is just my go-to, and I'm actually just going to apply a little bit more gel at my roots and just continue to rake it through. And yeah, you can go back and shingle individual strands just to get more definition or to make your curls pop a bit more. At this stage, if you like, I definitely do that near the front of my head, because the back of my head, my curls are more like curly, like they're more coily. In the front, it's more of a wave. So I really have to work harder at the front of my head than I do at the back. So I'm going to continue to do these steps until my entire head is done. So I'm just going to speed this up so you guys can just watch. All right, so the back is done. And I think I'm gonna go for a middle part. So I'm gonna try to get a neat part, or as neat as I can possibly get it. And I think that's fine. Like, I'm gonna work with that. So I'm going to do these front two sections. Like I said, the front of my head is more of a wave, so it takes a little bit of work and finesse and product to really get those curls to pop and coil versus just to wave up. So this might take a bit of work, so stay with the kid and just continue to watch. And also in the front, because it takes a bit more to get the curls to pop, I typically do smaller sections, or I work with smaller sections as far as, you know, product in the front. Like around the front, I'll do, you know, leave-in on one small section versus the whole section, just because for the front of my head, the more product, the better. So see guys, as you can tell, the curl pattern in the front, like sometimes I have to do a scrunch, but the back is definitely way more defined than the front. So it takes a little bit of finesse, it takes a little bit of work to get those curls popping, but eventually they always come along. Alright guys, so my whole head is complete. It has the leave-in, it has the oil, it has the gel, and my curls are trying to pop. So I think once it dries, once I diffuse it, once I stretch it, once I do all that good stuff, it's gonna be a pop and wash and go. And if you guys want to see how I fluff out and stretch my wash and go, then you already know what to do. Just comment down below and let me know, and I will get that video on and popping for you guys. So this is the end of my poppin' ultra hydrated, super moisturized, wintertime, cold months wash and go routine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you found value from this video, if you liked and enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. This will count as your good deed for the day. If you've been here, done that, thank you so much, cousin. I really do appreciate your continued support. Your good deed is complete and has not gone unnoticed. Thank you guys so much for clicking to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.